In today's video, as you guys can see, the title is The Problem with bo7 Zombies. This video is going to be huge and possibly over an hour long. That's why I decided to make it now when I have a lot more time and Atlas is finally offline, going to bed, so I can put together a video and we don't have to worry about streaming for the fans, and stuff. This is more so me putting together a video. I don't get as much of chances to make these videos as I used to because I'm so focused on grinding Twitch and getting to that 100 followers right now that I really have been more focused on long-term streaming, the 10-hour streams or whatnot. And I think we had basically a 10-hour stream there in my last stream, and we've been trying to do those. I've been trying to get 10 hours a day generally on stream, whether it's Call of Duty, GTA, whether we switch, I don't care. I've been doing it. So here in today's video, I am going to be playing some in-game first, which is going to be the first half of the video, and we're going to be talking about zombies. Now, I have a lot to talk about when it comes to zombies, but we're not going to get fully into it until I go, obviously, and talk about some more stuff involving zombies. So, let's get started. This video is going to be a fun video to make. I've been kind of waiting a while to make this video. We're going to go through every little thing in zombies, okay? And I guess I kind of know it so much. This video isn't like the MWZ where I have to write down a bunch of notes about the zombies. We've already gone over the gobblegums and issues with loadouts and etc. But this video is a video that's actually taking place after Season 2 dropped. That's right. So we're mid-Season 2 right now. I think, what do we have? 50 days or 40 days left in Season 2. So we're not reloaded yet, because I don't think that happens till we're like 20 days left. But, yeah, no, we're in the first month of Season 2. And it started at the beginning of February. Valentine's month, obviously. But it's disappointing, I guess, was my thoughts. We're going to get into starting room challenge, cursed, survival, and even the base mode of zombies. And we're going to discuss each of them. We're going to play till like round 10 on each of them, at least if we can, and discuss what I like and dislike about all those modes. And then we're going to kind of discuss what Treyarch could do to fix this game. And then at the end, I'm going to have a big recap of everything and what is totally wrong with zombies and what needs to be fixed, of course. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying that, and yeah.
I've traced comms to a guild officer in the AO. Let's end his career. Target located.
So So yeah, I guess I just want to say, like, zombies in general just hasn't been good since maybe the end of Cold War. I mean, BO6 had a couple memorable maps, and it really was the first three maps. I know Atlas hates Citadel, but that really was one of those memorable maps that they had, and it really was Citadel, Liberty Falls, and Terminus that made BO6 special. I feel like the Reckoning, you guys saw my review on that shit, and Shattered Veil, I have yet to make a review on that, but rest assured I probably will in the near future. I've experienced all there is for zombies this year, I feel I should say. And if you keep in mind, I've only played it for what? November, December, January, February, 4 months, right? And I've got 100% in in-game now because I can't stop playing in-game. I love in-game. And it's kind of become the new zombies for me, I guess, because I just don't like what zombies offers. I've literally got all the calling cards in-game at this point. I just need to get the campaign ones to have campaign mastery done, basically. And I already have in-game mastery, 100% on that, because in-game is fun, in my opinion. And maybe make a video some other time why I like in-game, why I like the progression system, and just how in-game handles itself. Maybe that video gets made at some point, but I'm telling you guys right now, is that this game mode is really fun. And I know a lot of people don't think it is. I'm just gonna tell you, I enjoy it more than I enjoy the standard zombies experience, that's for sure. And I know that's really weird, a lot of people don't say that, but I do say that. I really enjoy this, and I think standard zombies is suffering from a lot of issues right now. But generally one of them is a lot of the calling cards seem impossible. Another one of the issues is like completing challenges right now in zombies is really annoying. And for us players with infestation, there's nothing to do. I mean, zombies feels dead in the water for us players that have infestation. Wasn't aware you could get that twice. What the hell? Anyways, I just wanted people to kind of understand us zombie players don't have control over this whole thing, you know? Treyarch has made a lot of bad decisions and bad calls, and that really is the half of it. And then the other half is just like, what the hell are you doing, Treyarch? You kind of have screwed us over, and this new map, I'm telling you guys, is gonna fail because as much as I love, my experience that I got to have with Alpha Omega, which there is a video, what is it, BO4 Pro Zombies Play or something, where I was playing Alpha Omega. I never did review it, but I did play it, and I had some fun on it, kind of. It wasn't my favorite map, and the Easter egg was damn near impossible, even with the good guides from like Mr. Waffles and Dalek JD. So, and this is why I think Black Ops 6 added a really good feature, and that was the feature to basically have, what's it called? To have directed mode. This was one thing where they really did it with directed mode. I'm very happy with the progress they made making that mode. But this is another issue, guys, and this is unrelated to zombies, kinda, sorta. It's server lag. Why is this a problem? There are days where I am not lagging an inch in the game, right? And then there's other days where I just lag all over the place. You guys can see it when I'm pulling out like my glide pack or whatever. I can't glide. Like I lag across the area, and it's very disappointing. This is a game that I have stood behind because I fucking love it. I grew up on the Black Ops games, you know? And for anyone who doesn't know, I started with Black Ops 1 and World at War were my first actual Call of Duty experiences. Obviously, Black Ops 1 first, and then I went back to World at War. But after all that, I did eventually go back and play MW2, and I played MW3 around the same time. Those were like my next Call of Duty experiences after that. And then obviously, you guys know Black Ops 2 after that came out. And then I had played, you know, basically all those. And then I went straight over to Black Ops 3, you know, Black Ops 4. I had played those. Black Ops 4, I was a little late to the party because I didn't want to buy all the DLC right away. But and then after that, yeah, so after that whole situation, zombies in Black Ops 4, and I had gotten all the DLC after that. So I decided I would genuinely go and play that because I was like, this would be a fun experience, won't it? And lo and behold, it was. It was really fun. But you know, when it comes to me, I just don't enjoy stuff as much as people usually do, and I think that's where we start getting into it, and we're about halfway done with the end game right now, guys. I just need to get this challenge done, really, is what it comes down to. Once I get this challenge done, or die, whichever one happens first, then I'll hop into zombies. And I want to try to progress this as much as I possibly can here, and I got 54 on there, so another easy way to get kills, I suppose, would be just to go to a Zone 3 toxin field. It's not in Zone 2, is it? Nope, that's in Zone 3, so we're gonna go grab that. I guess my biggest issue is, like, this game could have went anywhere with it, and it really just kind of messed up. Consider this one of my, what I like to call anarchy rants, and this is one of those things where something comes out in the game that I don't agree with, or pisses me off, and I just don't, yeah, I just don't have fun with it like I do with a lot of other stuff, and that's the case for zombies this year. So let me tell you, I had somewhat fun with Ashes, right? The real thing I had fun with, though, was, what's it called? Real thing I had fun with was Astra Malorum. I liked this map. Despite the really hard Easter egg, this map was super cool and super fun. And I know a lot of people will sit there and they'll say, you're fucking joking or whatever, right? But no, I'm serious. Astra Malorum was fun. And some of these other maps were really good too. So I don't like it when people sit there and say that modern zombies, that all of it is bad. I think there is highlight moments, like Astra Malorum and, what's it called? Astra Malorum, Liberty Falls, Terminus, Citadel. Any more modern zombies? I guess you could kind of consider Cold War to be a modern zombies map. Why is it not rendering a door here? You could consider Cold War to be modern zombies, and if that's the case, then I'm very happy to kind of be like, Cold War had a lot of good content. Yeah, no, Cold War impressed me. That was a game that I really liked. I know a lot of people were like mixed feelings with that one, but I liked it. You know, people will sit there and they'll hate on that or say that that its potential wasn't as high as some of the new stuff or whatever they want to say. People will come up with a bajillion reasons. And in my mind, that just proves that you're kind of a liar, that you're not. So now that we're officially in the February spirit, though, I do want to bring out a new announcement. That's that I'm making a Fallout New Vegas playthrough that will coincide alongside my Red Dead Redemption playthroughs. Now, meanwhile, I'm working on getting the Red Dead playthroughs out. I'm going to be playing some Fallout New Vegas here and there. And by the way, I still am finishing Red Dead, but once it is done, you guys will know. And you guys will know when I'm done with that. Like, I will make that evidently clear. Trust me on that. But yeah, after I finish this in Xville, I just wanted to thank you guys for kind of sticking around when I'm kind of just going through hell, you know. And me and Atlas got that criminal mastermind done today. Atlas probably didn't know this, but I didn't get it done. Atlas did, and I'm not mad about that in the slightest. But I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, thank you guys for supporting the channel the way you have. And let's continue on to the next part of the video. Now, I think kind of how Treyarch's moved has been the biggest problem. They've decided kind of that they're going a very snail's pace on some of these maps, specifically with this snail slurpee over here with the goddamn maps that they're coming out with and that are being done. They just... So, the thing is, Treyarch is just kind of moving on the wrong wavelengths here, and I'm not one to judge. Trust me. But I'm just not agreeing with some of the stuff they're doing. That's not to say that they're doing the wrong things, you know, or that they're messed up, screw Treyarch, you know. No, not it at all. But
there's a shipping container nearby. Might be useful. Shield robots nearby. Heads up, frag.
Alright, so give us that Moonstone Collector. We got it. Unlock Moonstone on 30 guns. That is crazy. Okay, now we're going to expo real quick, and I'm going to get into the actual mode so I can get into the mood of actually talking about zombies. Because generally what it's like is, unless I'm in the mode, I don't really know what to talk about at that very moment. But on some level, I do want to thank you guys for kind of doing what you can there to come up with, you know, or to just like come to the consensus that this game is enjoyable in its own way, but there's just some modes that are a little bit less enjoyable. Thank you guys for kind of just helping the community come to that consensus, because that's kind of what has drove me to make this video, is the community's like realizing this game is just falling apart. It's terrible. and I'm noticing it even on my stream views. They're not very high, and it's because I'm playing this game. I notice I'm getting more views while playing GTA 5 than I am playing this, which is a bit crazy if you ask me, but it's not complete nonsense in any way. In fact, it's actually normal compared to some of the shit recently. But it's just like, the viewership on Call of Duty is not what it used to be, man. If you would have streamed Black Ops 2 like back in the day, viewership would have been crazy. Like, it would have been insane. But now, when you stream stuff, oh man, it's just, it's falling apart. Call of Duty is just kind of doing really bad lately, and yeah, no, it's kind of fell apart, and I guess we're gonna get into that a bit more after I escape in this VTOL, when I hop into zombies and officially discuss some of the things that I hate about the mode.
We saw some shit today.
Yeah, so that guy was pretty chill, but guys, I'm just really tired of the talk about zombies being bad. I wanted to put out a video so you guys can officially hear it from me, my thoughts on zombies. And so you guys don't have to be like, oh, that's bullshit. They're saying zombies sucks, but that's not what you think. Well, now you guys can kind of hear my opinion on zombies. And let's make sure that this final knife camo is actually worth it. Oh, that's not Moonstone. That's, I was about to say, that's Chroma, not Moonstone, but Moonstone does look good. What do you need to do? Elites with this? Oh, shit. Okay. So Chroma's going to be fun to grind, but it's going to look really cool. Okay, so the camo isn't bad for the final knife camo. Anyways, if I hop on into zombies, we're going to test out all the various things. That took about 20 minutes to finish that. We may cut that down. I don't know. Or may cut like 5 minutes off it or something. But what we're definitely going to do at this point is, so let's get into zombies. There's a lot of new weapons to use. Today I want to use a new gun. But I want to thank you guys for kind of staying tuned in here and just really watching me play zombies. We're going to be going through some of the new weapons. Today we're going to start with the Rev 46 because I have yet to truly use it in zombies, and we're going to use it a bit. So I want to thank you guys for checking into the Anarchy Hotel, I guess, but let's get rolling into the into this zombies experience. So let's do some of the fun shit in here. We're gonna just throw on our normal gobblegums because I don't want anything crazy. I do these. I think there's a gobblegum for anywhere but here. Stuns and kills or whatever. Okay, so we're going to start with the basic mode, which is obviously standard. I'm not going to be going over directed in this video. If you guys do want me to go over directed, feel free. But yeah. We're gonna be playing Ashes of the Damned in today's video. Why? Because it's what I feel like playing. Also, my zombies operator was not on Richtofen, so why is it selecting Richtofen? And I also do not have that Richtofen selected. It's on random. Anyway, I just want to say, guys, yeah, welcome back to another video. We're going to discuss some really stupid shit in zombies, and we're going to kind of discuss the important stuff in zombies today. Because there's a lot to talk about. First of all, we're going to be going over Ashes of the Damned for the standard part of this video. Expect it to go to like round 10. We're not going to be talking too much about it. Now, what do I rank each of the areas in Ashes? I'm going to tell you guys, notably off from the top of my mind, the boss fight area is alright. I don't really like it in terms of the boss fight. But, by the way, this is the Scorpion Evo, in case you guys were wondering, which is why I'm so damn determined to get this thing done, because it's a Scorpion Evo, and it is super fucking cool. Yes, we will get to 1,000,000 zombies this year. I'm pretty confident throughout using all the different weapons. Anyway, I basically just want to tell you guys, I really like the Wonder Weapon quest on here. It's really nice. What I don't like on here is the main quest. It's very tedious. That's not to say that I haven't played Ashes like 10 or 11 times just to understand the whole how it works and whatnot. And directed Easter egg is kind of fun. But apart from that, when you're trying to do some of these Easter egg steps, oh my god. You kind of got to watch a video before you do some of these. And directed makes it a little bit easier, but you're still doing all of them. And there's one step later on, or actually 2 steps that I don't like in this Easter egg. And there's another one, which is the lightning step, but I won't talk about that one because I don't feel like it's very vital for me to be talking about it. In terms of hating steps, I really have 2. And the first one is you have to gather ingredients and place them in a certain order. And then the other one that I really, really just despise, obviously there is that lightning one that I don't like, but the main step that I despise the most is actually a step later on in the Easter egg. Or actually there's 2. So it is the clock tower step is another one I hate. It's a very long step in the Easter egg and just very bothersome. This thing can be an AR or an SMG if you put a stock on it. But the way I'm going to put it is I just don't really like that clock tower step. It's very difficult. And then there's another step in here, which is the relic defense step, which is really hard in single player, but on co-op you can split that between 2, 3, or 4 people. We will go into the items that were added in the game. We'll kind of discuss those a little bit, but let's go over a new change that I really like, aside from the truck. A new change I really like is these little plants you can feed and potentially get rewards out of, such as weapons, pack-punch crystals, art cans, potentially, and just so much more, even power-ups, and it's really cool. So basically how these work is you defend these from the purple-eyed zombies, which will be the ones attacking the plant. And you basically, it's a little defense step. It's not an Easter egg step though, so you could just kind of defend these, and these plants will grow. It's like a Zetsubo thing, and they'll grow, and it will grow. And like Shadows of Evil, the plants you can harvest on there, you can harvest these, you get lots of salvage materials and stuff, and a lot of people who play on Curse will tell you this is a great idea. But you can harvest 2 of these per round, which is really cool. So on top of that, there just isn't much to do in the starting area. You might actually think that you're just gonna get bored sitting here, But one thing I'm very thankful for is vehicles on this map. Now, usually when there's vehicles on a zombies map, it turns out that I hate that zombies map. That is actually, oddly, for the first time, not true here. I don't hate this zombies map. It actually has vehicle iteration done correctly. For what is, I think, the first time in the series, vehicles are done correctly. In order to access the truck and actually repair it, to go to the different locations, you have to open a door and melee this to get Ted's head, which is a really cool throwback to transit players. And then after that, you will go and repair the truck, and from there you do that. Now, this Easter egg is very complicated. Not exactly an egg that I like to play, but I'm not necessarily against it either. It is really fun. 1,000 eliminations with SMGs rare or higher. So from there, you're gonna go during like a round and upgrade Old Tessie. It takes a good second, but then you can drive around. One of the coolest features ever in zombies. On top of that, there's healing plants to heal you while you're in the truck, as things will attack you similar to like the denizens. And there's also harmful plants. Now, once you get a Tesla cannon, which is a reference to the Wonder Waff, once you get that, you will later on be able to use the DG2 Tesla cannon to take out some of these harmful plants later on in later steps of the egg. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you guys everything because I'm only going to play for a couple more rounds, but you guys are going to see like that this zombies can be fun. As you guys might have experienced yourself, this zombies really is a good time. Now the really cool thing is that your pack-a-punch machine is actually on Ted. And how do you get this? By completing the first steps of the Easter egg. Which is, you basically clear all this stuff, which you want to keep a zombie alive for this typically, but you can also do it the way I'm doing it. And typically you'll just clear this stuff off, right? That's how you begin the egg. And flip the power switches and whatnot. Is this map really fun? I don't think so, but there is people who think so. And there's people that just enjoy it more than Astra. I personally did not. I actually found it kind of boring. Although you die fast on Astra, this map isn't half bad. There's a lot of stuff to do regarding certain calling cards on this map, which is why I actually recommend playing this map to get those calling cards done. And the way I put it, I'm simply going to say, this is a really good map. It's just really fun. I know a lot of zombie gurus will probably go and tell you, oh, that can't be fun, that's just a load of garbage. Well, it is. It is pretty fun. And I myself actually really enjoyed this. I think that this map has something that a lot of maps don't offer, and that main thing is a crazy amount of transport. Now you want to do this as early as possible. So yeah, during these little power switch things, they will turn on trials, and I just think Ashes has a lot to offer. It's not particularly something that I myself would play no matter what and just fucking constantly keep playing. It's not something I enjoy myself, but I know that it is some people's cup of tea, which is why I recommend them actually trying to play it. And actually attempting to enjoy this mode. Because this mode can be fun. I know that sounds like me just saying something dumb or retarded, but I'm just being honest. It's a really fun mode, and a lot of people kind of underestimate it in this game. I think that this was actually one of the funnest modes on launch, and Ashes, while it isn't my favorite map of all time or anything, it does its job in terms of maps. It is really fucking consistent, and that is something that I'm thankful for, because in a world of maps in bo7 that just don't stay constant or just don't stay consistent, Ashes of the Dam does exactly that. And we'll play Astra in a second on what's it called, and then we'll try that out for you guys. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do any Astra today for you guys. I might release an Astra Malorum review separate. But we're just going to talk about Ashes today. And I kind of want to show you guys the camo for it as well. But I am going to put it this way. I think that this game has really good mechanics. Like, there is legitimately some good stuff in here. My only problem is how irritating it becomes on the later rounds. Later rounds really do become a fuss in this game, especially when chasing down the relics, which we will talk about in a little bit. Actually, as I'm going to make a part of this video will be about Cursed, and I'm sure everybody's heard a busload of facts about that by now. But I want to give you guys my 2 cents on that and see kind of what you guys think of that. Because I personally, I do have 2 cents about that, and I will get into it. So, do I think that this map is like really good or anything like that? No. I think this map is alright for what it is. I don't think that it's game breaking in any way, or that somehow this map is something that will change your mind on the Call of Duty franchise. In fact, I think that if you're playing this map, it's not going to change your mind on Call of Duty. This franchise is always going to be in the gutter because of its past and some of the stuff that's happened in the last few games. But, my opinion, this game will remain the same. It will consistently be that fan game that caters to the fans as much as possible, but it just doesn't succeed as much as it used to. And this isn't me saying that Black Ops 7 is some utopia garbage or anything. Like, I'm not like painting a picture, like painting it black here. Black Ops 7 is fucking terrible. You got that joke? That's awesome. But like, I'm not saying the game is bad. I'm not. What I am saying is it does have flaws, and that much cannot be ignored. So a lot of people will say, oh, what are you talking about? It has flaws. It does. It's really sad to sit here and say, because I really like it. I really like the way you get Pack-a-Punch on Ashes. I really like the progression on Ashes. In fact, I think I made it to like around 25 one time on this map. I don't hate this map. But there's not even a reward for anything. Unless, of course, we're talking main Easter egg material. And that's the problem. There's nothing on this map of substance. I mean, not until you actually Pack-a-Punch your gun, which will take you till round 6 to 8 to even do, depending on your point allocation that you have right now. And, like, it's just, in my mind, it's not worth it. In my mind, it's one of those things that, you know, you're sitting there being like, oh, this is a bunch of bullshit, you know? The progression in the game isn't terrible, but it's using the same pack-a-punch system as last year. And to be honest, they did add some changes, like that the armor you can upgrade it all at once and it costs like 250 less, or is it like 1,000 less or something? If you upgrade it fully all at once, it's like a total of 5,000. I think it was like 7,500 for legendary right off rip last year. But also, there's TED trials, which is a huge advancement on the SAM trials. And we'll kind of get more into those as I discuss the survival mode, because it has them scattered all across the map. And with 3 survival maps, we're going to be playing the newest one, which is Mars. If you guys have watched any of my past Zombies videos, you've probably seen me play Exit 115 before. And it's a really good fucking map, but sometimes you just want to play something else. So we're going to be trying the new Mars map, which I never tried out because I kind of thought it would be dog. But I hear people saying it's really good, easy high rounds, etc. And I do want to see what the rewards for the survival challenges look like. Anyway, so let's get on to that after I finish this round here, because I absolutely do love the survival maps. That is the one redeeming quality I think this game will forever have, is that it has excellent survival maps. It really does. And once I get to round 10 here, we will cut this off, guys, and go into the next part of the video. And I did just kind of want to do a final part at the end of round 9, going into round 10, where I kind of discuss what makes Ashes so good. So there's multiple areas from the past, such as the Cosmodrome, which is basically a reference to Ascension, the town, which is kind of a reference to Buried, the starting area, which is, they try to make it a little reference to Transit Bus Depot, but it just doesn't work like it should. So now we're gonna end that match. That was fun playing a little bit of that, but was it actually worth it in the end? I don't think so. I think it was alright. But obviously that was 16 minutes of the video. This video is going to be probably at maximum an hour or 2. So we're going to go into the next portion of the video, guys, and I'm going to be saving Curse for the end. If you guys want to hear about Curse, I'm probably going to be doing video chapters on this video. So with that said, skip to the end for Cursed, but next we're going to talk about some of the smaller modes. Obviously, Directed will get its own video where I review Directed mode as a whole and decide whether it's actually worth playing. However, for the next portion of the video, we're going to be playing some Survival on Mars. Now, I'll show you guys my progress right now. That's Rosaria. That's for Exit 115, and that is for Farm. So I have hit round 25 on Cosmodrome and Farm, and 50 on 115. Now, I'm just going to put it this way. The Mars survival stuff is really fucking cool. And plus, you get a gift card if you finish it, which is really cool. Or get to around 50 on it. So I guess the one thing that I'm really happy about is just kind of where all this stuff is going. And we're going to play a little bit of Zombies and talk about the next mode in Zombies, which if you guys just skipped here, this is a section of survival maps. This will include stuff like the TED trials, the just general areas like of the survival maps. What survival maps are worth playing? What if the rewards are worth obtaining, and what survival has looked like since launch, and if it's going in the right direction, stuff like that. And obviously, you know, what it really comes down to is just me being very excited for what we have here in these survival maps. So let's get a move on into survival here. We're going to play a little Mars, and this is going to be real fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this section of the video. This is definitely one of the more fun sections. In case you guys didn't know, Mars is a tie back to Shang from bo1, which is a little Easter egg that was in bo1. Yeah, Mars is a tie back to that. To the Shangri-La Easter egg from Black Ops 1, where people said it looked like it took place on Mars. This map ends up being a tieback and is the final area from Asher Malorum. I'm really surprised we didn't get a final area from Ashes of the Damned as a area. It has cool music, and it has a nice box location. Obviously, you can't leave. They're stuck in here, which is kind of an L, but the zombies look cool, and it's a fun little play area. Obviously, I'm going to tell you guys, I have never played this map before, but the Pack-a-Punch machine's in a really nice location. Arsenal machine's in a nice location. Gobbler machine, nice location. So that's the benefits of this map. I think it looks a lot better than some of the other survivals. I'm going to namely say Zarya Cosmodrome and the Ever So Faithful I'm going to say Zarya Cosmodrome and the Ever So Faithful Farm both just do not look good. Something really cool is when this shock is here, you can kind of bounce around. I don't know if there's any Easter eggs on this map at all. The crafting in this game has kind of been ruined because they added all this stuff from bo6 that I kind of didn't ever want to come to the game, but it did. What can you do about it? So fighting zombies in low grav is actually really fun, and they did add some new wall weapons to the walls on this map, which is really nice to see. It's very original and definitely matches the theme of some of the other maps. So I guess what I enjoy the most is that they didn't stretch it too far with this. I heard Widow's Wine is coming to the game, but I feel like they did good on Mars. They didn't stretch it too far. I don't think it has any real doors to open on it, but it's definitely one of the cooler maps. And that machine turns on and off every few rounds just to give you guys some anti-grav, which is really fucking cool. And to be honest, I just really like the map. It's like really fun. Everything is in cool places, you know, like and you know, it's just one of those maps. It's impressive. And it's just one of those maps that really drives the mind insane because of how well it's been made. I do have to say props to Treyarch on this one. It does stay true to the boss fight area. And unlike a lot of stuff, it actually looks very well. It's kind of a rarity. But TED trials are here, right? They're called TED tasks, I suppose. But these are little challenges within TED where you can do stuff. They're specific on certain maps like Ashes, where you can get, by progressing through the map, you could get specific Ashes challenges, and there's probably one on here for like low grav kills or something. Zombies won't hesitate to use low grav against you. Not joking about that. But yeah, so what's really fun about this map, I think, is just the general First of all, the TED tasks are super fun, as you guys can see. And TED tasks are really cool. A change of pace you don't often get in games like this, so they definitely spruce things up. So I really like this game mode. I think that it's really solid. A lot of people sit here and tell me, you know, what do you enjoy about this? But I sit here and tell them I just enjoyed the gameplay. The gameplay loop is really fun to me, and a lot of people have problems with that because they're like, how are you enjoying this boring ass gameplay loop? And let me tell you how. So, obviously, probably Ravagers on this round, I imagine, is pretty usual here. And the crazy part about this map is actually that you can't go inside, but meteors can still fall from the sky, making this map a little bit more challenging, as you do have to actually kind of pay attention to the sky a bit so you don't get crushed with a meteor during the Ravager round. What's really fucking dope is that this map is insanely fun. And a lot of people will sit here and they will hate on Mars, but I actually think it's one of the finer survival maps. So far, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys, this is up there with Exit 115 as my favorite survival map. These two are definitely my two favorites versus any of that other fucking bullshit that's out right now. These are my favorite ones. The Cosmodrome I thought was going to impress me and just be a lot more detailed, but really it just ended up being a direct copy of Ashes of the Dams area. This one was really cool because you can see they added a bunch of stuff, like where the Pack-a-Punch machine is, and the Wonder Fizz is at. Like, they changed a lot for this map. And it's something I respect. I really do. I think that this map respects the original design that was included in Astra, and it adds a little something itself, and I like that. You know, a lot of people will say, you can't like this, it's a pile of trash, but it honestly isn't. It's one of the better maps in the game. And just playing through it, it's really fun. It's got the anti-grav, obviously some of the little Easter egg stuff over here with the rampage inducer that you can activate. I'll go over calling card challenges and stuff in a bit before I do curse. It's going to get its own section basically, but I'll go over some of the more annoying stuff for about like 10 minutes, and then we'll go over the cursed and cursed survival sections, which will be real fun. So I do have some recommendations for curse after I go through it. Not going to be stuff that's going to change it too much. It's just going to be stuff I would like to experience in that mode. Anyway, the one thing I guess I have to say, this gameplay can actually be really fun. I've played this with co-op with my friend Atlas, who is an absolute G for being on all the time, but whenever they can. And I just wanted to kind of announce that I'm really actually enjoying the zombies this year. I mean, there is stuff that kind of upsets me, but there's not much I can do about it. I'm just enjoying zombies for what it is. And I know a lot of people aren't even doing that. So I'm glad to be one of those people who can enjoy something and not set it on fire. Because I know there's a lot of people who will just put something on fire because they want. And I'm not like that. I won't set anything on fire just because I want to. What I mean by that is I won't cause problems because I want to. Like, If I have an issue with something, I'll put it out there, but I won't intentionally cause issues just because I want to, or just because I find something fun to do. Like, if I am causing issues about any map or anything, I will put it out there that it's not meant to piss other people to do, is make Treyarch kind of understand that we are the fans and we do deserve the proper content. So that's kind of something that pisses me off, is that Treyarch isn't really caring about the fans that much. When I say that, people think I'm like being stupid or something, but like, I'm just being honest. Treyarch hasn't really shown that they cared about us in these past few years with what they're doing with bo6 and this game. Yeah, so, and it's not even that I hate it, because I think that this game in its own mind is a really fucking good game, right? But I just feel like it has its weaknesses, and I feel like bo7 had a lot going for it, and the survival kind of kept it alive for a while, honestly. Survival is like one of those things where I was like, this is great, this is gonna keep the game going, you know? Like, and I'm very glad for what survival brought to the game. Which is like boss fight areas like this, just a lot of head tasks were a prime thing in survival. It would become basically key to staying alive. And obviously, most of my frustrations I have to take out are actually at cursed mode, rather than a lot of this other stuff, and I will go over why I no longer play cursed mode in a bit, but curse is the reason behind a lot of stuff for me. I think that, you know, and I left after round 10, so that we got around 10 there. I don't know if we're actually gonna get the reward for it, but 12 minutes ain't bad for round 10. Means we're spending about a minute a round. Anyway, moving on to the next section will be a cursed video. Or a cursed part of the video. I just wanted to put that I really do enjoy survival. It is my favorite mode in the game so far in zombies, and that's just because you're able to get camo challenges done fairly fast, usually one per game, and you're able to get a lot of your calling card challenges and stuff done through survival mode. So this would be just a few reasons that I really like it. And now we're gonna go into the curse section of the video, but I do want to say that the future for survival is looking really bright, with 2 really good survival maps, 1 mediocre one and 1 absolute garbage survival map. The garbage one is farm. Don't take that too offensively. I just don't like farm. Farm has never stood out to me. So we're going to moving on to the next section of the video, which is cursed. I wanted to get into this because cursed really pisses me off. So, as you guys have seen, Curse, I literally have not hit any tiers. I don't have any of the Curse stuff. So we're gonna start with Cursed Standard. I don't like Cursed Standard, and I'll tell you guys why. Obviously. Now, first of all, Squad Fill is not a feature in here. So we're gonna go in, and I'm actually gonna show you guys that that's like a thing. Squad Fill is not a feature in here. So the first one we're doing is just regular Cursed, obviously, right? Not gonna find anybody. In fact, I'll mute myself just in case we somehow do. Last time I checked, you cannot find other players in Cursed. You actually have to find them and put them in your lobby in order to do the Cursed stuff with them. Ollie! Ollie! It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Just relax. Bear. It's okay.
Hope you enjoy this pocket of perdition. It's where you'll dwell for the rest of your miserable days.
Okay, everyone. I just wanted to say that's still very disappointing. I absolutely had the utmost belief that this game would at some point add the feature for us to basically get other players in here, but unfortunately that's still not a thing. So with this, you're going to actually be able to get points for knifing and shooting enemies, rather than the normal where you don't get points for that. You're actually going to be able to get points for that. On top of that, you guys, this is a good mode just to practice because it's a little bit harder than the traditional mode. And kind of just what I wanted to tell you guys is everything's still here. Obviously there is relics you guys can go after. There's some pretty ridiculous ones. Obviously this mode is a little bit harder than the standard game mode, but you know what, guys, I really enjoy it. I think that Curse has something to offer for just about everybody. I think the spawn delay is a little bit less than what it usually is, and Curse doesn't give you any Easter egg clues either. So there's that. It's basically like a hardcore Easter egg mode, and they add obviously some of the classic shit in here. Now, since points are a little bit easier to acquire because you get them off from kills, and so, as I like to put it, guys, Cursed isn't really a fun mode. I don't enjoy it. I know a lot of other people say, oh, that's a cool mode. Sure it is, but not for me. I don't actually enjoy this mode. In fact, I typically like to think that this mode is just fucking garbage. Now, yes, there's gobblegums in here, so yes, you can run Perkaholic if you're going for like relics and stuff, right? Which isn't a bad idea. Don't get me wrong, I actually like the idea that you can do that. But the thing is, this just isn't the right mode. I don't enjoy it, and it doesn't really have a place in this game, if I'm being honest. I mean, I know the hardcore players were promised this mode back in bo6, and I know that this was rumored because it was talked about on our podcast that the hardcore players would sometime in that year get their own mode. But the thing is, I didn't enjoy this mode myself. I mean, just wasn't fun. And it wasn't that I, as a person, wasn't into Cursed. Like, I really like some of the ideas, such as the point system for Cursed, or the fact that Pack-a-Punch is a little bit more expensive in Cursed. So you really have to work for it and earn it and use that point system properly. I like these ideas, but it's just without proper execution, these ideas fall on their face. There's no map to assist you in Cursed. There's no map. You can't open your mini-map. That's literally non-existent in Cursed. It is a hardcore mode, which is for hardcore people. Here's my thing. These relics, anybody should be able to get them. They shouldn't be locked behind impossible tasks for certain people to complete, such as not taking damage or whatnot. Like, there shouldn't be any ridiculous requirements for these relics. I really like the stuff, like how the point numbers fly across your screen when you're getting points, right? I think that's really cool. Or how, like, how a lot of this shit from the OG CODs is really, it's back. Like, the melee works the same, and how all that's in here, you know? I really like that. How the melee points have worked the same now, and how there's just how pack is more expensive. Make it more like classic pack, where you like buy it once and you're pretty much done for quite a few rounds, and I really like that. But my problem is, despite how strong some of the weapons are, despite how fun the game is, it doesn't fit my appetite. I don't enjoy it, and it's not that Curse is too hard or that it just shouldn't be allowed. It's that you can't even play it with your friends unless you actually have them added already. This is a really dumb mode. You can't even get access to it unless you complete an Easter egg. I mean, it's there to click on, but you can't get any of the relics. It's kind of sad. I really want to see a day when people who don't have to do the Easter egg to get certain stuff. And I'm not talking about calling cards, I'm speaking about like access to other modes. It's kind of sad. Like, some people don't have the time or the energy to do that Easter egg. I remember I couldn't do that Easter egg for over a month. I couldn't even get that early calling card because I missed it thanks to not being able to get the Easter egg done. And my friend had it, and I was like, dude, that fucking sucks. I can't get that anymore. And I kind of understand how people are with this mode, where they say, oh, well, that's just unfair, you know? Imagine if they had locked it behind early completion of Ashes. Nobody would have it. It's just not fair to withhold things from your hardcore fan base because of you want there to be some unlock requirement, Treyarch. And that's something I can't get behind. I understand unlock requirements, boo-hoo, you know? But, like, at the same time, why are we making people basically pay to get into a mode almost? Like, if somebody wants into a mode, like, say, a hardcore Cursed type mode, let's let them in. And it's like a hardcore zombies. I just don't like it. It doesn't belong in this game. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't enjoy anything like this. Now that's not to say I wouldn't go and play like Griefed in bo7 or something, you know, like that's a great mode. But just Curse doesn't belong in this zombies formula. And that might just be because of who I am as a person, or that might have something else to do with me, but what I'm trying to point out is I don't think Cursed has a place in this game. And the reason I say that is because Cursed isn't fun. There's no, like, climacticness to it. Like, there's no intense, like, top of the hill moment for this mode. It really feels like it's weak. It feels like it doesn't hold up the way that some of the other stuff does. And it's not even that I wouldn't play it, because I will. I actually really enjoy playing it from time to time, just for an added challenge, you know. But it's like, to actually get into the mode, you have to unlock these relics, which are very fucking difficult to acquire, by the way. And that's the one thing that sets this mode apart, is those relics. But you have to unlock them. You can't just have access to them right off the bat. And on top of that, one thing I didn't mention is that there's calling cards, completionist calling cards, that require you to get these relics. That's right, you need to get like 3 or 4 of these relics for some calling cards. Nobody has time for that, and nobody wants to do that, Treyarch. That's why people are literally trying to find ways around it. Because nobody has time to do that. Not even me, the person who plays damn near every day, at least once, has time to do that. I mean, I play this game almost every single fucking day, and I still don't have the time that some people do. I've seen people with Solar Nexus, is that what it's called? Solar Nexus? Some Nexus bullshit. I don't know how people have this. Nexus Horizon. I don't know how people have this. How have you gotten all the camos in the game? Like, how do people have this 200, 300%er already and on their way to that 400%er? How are so many people so close to something that seemed impossible when the game dropped? And I'll tell you how. It's one of two ways. Either they're cheating, or they're just really good. Me as a player, I don't enjoy Cursed. I don't enjoy Cursed Survival, because there's no easy relics. They're all round 20, round 40, round 60. I'm not going to get to round 20 on this mode. Now, I might get to round 9 on this mode, or round 10. I'm not getting to round 20 on this game mode. And the reason why is I've played this game mode. It's not friendly. There's nothing friendly about it. In fact, if you want, you can make this quite the hardcore mode. There's actually stuff you can take out in this game mode to make the game even harder. You can literally take out your entire HUD, if so be it, if you want to. Like, you can stay in the starting area and gather points. This cursed mode isn't as bad as it looks at first, and then you're like, oh my god, it's terrible. And why do I say that, of course? Because I have actually played it, and I don't like it. I don't even care to play past round 10. I think the highest I played prior to this was like round 3. Because I had just gone in expecting to have a team. And what does Curse do oh so well? No teammates. It's not like this mode lacks anything either. It has the Gobblegums, which is something a lot of people are asking to actually be removed from Cursed, is Gobblegums and the like field upgrades, and they want to just have the generic mode. But as people have said, Treyarch themselves, it's unplayable without field upgrades, armor, and all that stuff. That makes it a lot easier. And as you guys can see, all these nades do is create crawlers on round 10. It's because this game mode should have been in bo6, and it was saved for a dying game. It was saved for a game that really wouldn't last long at all. And as you guys can see, you can leave Cursed and you get no XP bonus. This mode sucks. And Treyarch, you need to fix it. It's not me saying Cursed sucks. It's me saying that in general, Zombies sucks this year. And Cursed sucks even more. This is something that needs to be fixed. And if it doesn't get fixed, I don't know if I can forgive you guys over at Treyarch. I mean, this has been a dive bomb of fuck yous from Treyarch here. And Curse was the first one, in my opinion. In reviewing this game, which I will do later this year, I think that Cursed is gonna get a big portion in that video where I discuss all the problems with Cursed and why it can never make a return. If this ever makes a return in the Black Ops series, I will probably quit. And that's not me hating on Cursed. I really like the mode. It's me hating on relics and the fact that they just don't need to exist. Relics are so unnecessary. Such a waste of fucking time. And honestly, just get relics out. I don't like relics. And I'm gonna sit here and tell you, I don't like relics. Relics aren't something that I would genuinely hate, but it's just like, why? And I will hop into Curse Survival and actually play that as well for you guys. But it's just like, oh my god. Yeah, no, it's really fucking annoying. Because you want to play with other people in this game. You can't. Cursed doesn't allow it. There needs to be a future update, not where Cursed Survival gets added, but where Cursed Co-op gets added. And you can join random teams. I'm not saying relics need to be earnable, but you need to be able to play in random teams. It's not like there's specific calling cards out for Cursed, aside from the relic calling cards, which I'll show after this game. And we'll go into Gobblegums, relics, field upgrades, and all that stuff, and explain why that part sucks. But yeah, Curse isn't what it could be, and that tells me a lot. It also just tells me that I am not going to have as much fun with it as I thought I could. It's really sad because I look at it and I see Cursed is like doomed to fail, but I'm not that one hater. I actually really liked Curse on some stupid level, and you know, a lot of people will sit there and just pretend like, oh, you hate Cursed, no, I don't hate Cursed. What I don't like is that this game doesn't feel like a Call of Duty Zombies game at all, and I'm talking about even in the modern COD Zombies, it doesn't. And obviously an issue I tackled earlier was server lag. This is present in all the game modes for many players. And this is multiplayer, zombies, even campaign is a bit laggy for some people. So there is server lag all across this game, and I still ain't sure exactly where it's from. Another thing is, you only get to use grenades unless you pick up equipment up off of the floor in this mode. Cursed Survival really lacks a lot of things, and I think you only actually get to use lethals unless you somehow find a tactical. But like, you start the game with grenades and a pistol as the stuff that you have with one armor plate. Some people actually suggested taking out armor plates, as I think I mentioned earlier, and Treyarch said there's no way you could play if we take out armor plates. You would just be dead instantly. The truth is, Zombies has transformed into something that it will never go back from. And whilst fans keep on saying Zombies needs to go back to what they did before, it's not possible to go back. This is something I've kind of gone in depth before about. You can't go back to the old days. It's just non-existent at this point. Treyarch would never go back to those old days, in fact, and a lot of people seem to think they would, but they can't. They can't. They could try a million times, and they just couldn't. They could not go back to what made Zombies so special. It just isn't possible. Zombie damage is surreal. This mode as a goddamn whole is insane. And it probably needs to be chopped down a bit. It is a crazy mode. And you know, truth is, that zombies just isn't the same. I don't think it ever will be. But, you know, and I think that just comes down to the fact that zombies just was once something special. And now it just is. It's a little more than something special now because zombies has kind of fallen off. A lot of people will say, oh, what do you mean zombies fell off? It has. It really has. And it's not something I like to state because I like to think, oh, zombies is still, it's still going just as well as it was before. But no, it really isn't. Zombies is suffering. When I say it's suffering, I do mean it's suffering. This mode is gone. Just completely gone. And it's not something I like to talk about frequently because I like to think, oh, zombies is still there, you know, it's still doing just as good as it always was. But the truth has been clear to me for months now while playing this game that zombies ain't going back to Cold War, it ain't going back to bo4, it ain't even going back to the original Black Ops age because it can't. They tried to by bringing in Black Ops 2 weapons, by bringing in Cold War weapons, by bringing in the older stuff, and to try to make it feel real again. It's not. And in Cursed, it's 10,000 for the Pack-a-Punch. You really have to work your butthole off to get that. Cursed just doesn't feel like it is what it could be. You know, there's asteroids falling from the sky and Cursed Survival. I mean, I think they said there's going to be rewards for Cursed Survival, but I'm just kind of like, I don't really want those rewards. It doesn't feel right as a mode. The way that we have to kind of play it. That I really just don't want to play it. And Cursed Survival isn't something that I just transcendingly hate. It just doesn't feel fun. And a lot of people will say, what do you mean Cursed Survival doesn't feel fun? Well, it doesn't. And maybe it's because there's something hidden in the hay. You know, maybe there's something that Treyarch's working on to make it all better. But right now, this is all dirt. And I'm just giving you guys the honest truth right now. I think that Survival's going nowhere. But Cursed Survival is probably going somewhere. And it's not going to be to a good place. This mode is clearly going to get a lot of hate where it is already, and they only brought it to Survival because Survival fanboys are complaining that, of course, Cursed just isn't. It's not fair to put it in the in other modes unless they do it in Survival. And you know, a lot of people wanted that just so they could play Cursed, just for them to add it into Survival. Do I think it adds anything to Survival? No. If you don't have the Easter eggs done, you can't really do the relics anyway, but if you do, like me, have both Easter eggs done in some mode or another, then you will actually be able to play this. And Curse isn't impressive. It's one of the modes that actually makes me want to throw up in the back of my mouth. Because, ignore the weird pun, but that literally is how bad it is. It is a mode that suffers from all of the problems in Black Ops 7. It really suffers. This is one of those modes that really just suffers from the Black Ops 7 problem, which, as I've described, is server lag, or not just maps. This is one of those modes, which is server lag, impossible calling cards, and so much more. These are all Black Ops 7 problems that linger here. And the TED trials have brought back one of the worst trials in Call of Duty, which is the trial that has you doing PhD flopper. This trial is back. I still can't figure out why, but it is. Yeah, so I guess that kind of sucks. I don't even know if zombies... Actually, yes they do. Okay, so the one benefit is that the Akita is a point buster, especially if you get the dual wield one. For some reason I don't have that set automatically, so... And it's not that I don't like zombies. In fact, I do like zombies. It's just not nearly as fun as it was before. It's not a fun mode. I don't enjoy it, and it's missing a lot of things in it. I want to show you guys what the back punch is like in Cursed. I have heard it's boosted. It does more damage or something, but you never know if you can believe something. So I do want to get pack punch in Cursed, but we'll see about that. Obviously, you guys can tell I'm not crazy bad at this mode. It is a little bit harder than standard zombies, obviously. And of course they kept all the stuff that was already in the game, right? Like, no map, all that shit. And there is, I don't know if there is the same number of zombies or not. That is potentially different because I guess we'll see. There should be 188, but we'll kind of see if that changes. I guess my point is the zombies in Black Ops 7 just isn't fun. It is fun to get like all the calling cards and stuff, I guess, but once you get to like the career score streak kills one, you're gonna be there for like years being like, what the hell is this? And it's gonna be real painful working through that. So and I guess, you know, it's just not fun. The mode is stupid. And I don't like the mode myself. I think that it lacks a lot of things that make modern zombies decent, and it lacks a lot of that, and I think it is Treyarch ultimately trying to make the game harder for cursed players, to kind of give them a real challenge and a real run for their money, not make the Easter eggs so easy for them. And I really just think that Cursed, you need to be able to use all the Cursed relics. The fact that you literally have to do these challenges just to pursue calling cards, which has never been a thing before, where they've locked it behind secret Easter eggs, and it wasn't like a Dark Ops calling card. No, they force you to do this. Why is this stuff not in its own little section? Why is it not... Why is it not its own thing? And I guess that was like one of the biggest things that I always wondered was, why is this mode not basically just Like, why are the relics just not considered dark ops? I mean, you'd figure they're so damn rare, why not make them a dark ops? But no, the relics aren't. They're just kind of left there to kind of sit there, and the pack punch machine does make the original noise on this map, but I guess just the thing is, like, it's so fucking garbage. I mean, Curse, I never thought I would say this, but the Curse just isn't fun in this game. And I've been playing for about an hour and 30 minutes, got to round 10 in Curse, round 10 in Standard, and now round 10 in Survival Curse. Or I guess round 10 in Standard, round 10 Survival, round 10 in Curse, and round 10 in Survival Cursed now. But, like, it's just not enjoyable. Not the way it has been before, and there is, in fact, more zombies. As my zombies were at 188 each of the previous runs, and they are at 187 around before round 10. So, server lag is another problem that keeps on refusing to get fixed by Treyarch. This is something that I will continually repeat until it is fixed, because why is it still a problem? Also, did I mention sometimes the weapons are really weak on this? Oh my god. Treyarch has done their damnedest to fuck up their game, and they really have this year. Now, as a person who doesn't play Curse, they've still pissed me off quite a bit. Imagine if I was one of those loyal Cursed players. You would have pissed me off even more with the stuff you've done, Treyarch. And maybe we'll talk about the fact that Endgame has a lot of stuff from zombies in it. And I think it's because they're trying to keep the zombies fans playing the game. And I guess the one thing is, like, I'm just not enjoying this. I mean, usually I'm enjoying playing, but I'm just not. Now, for some reason, when you're on the regular Curse and you quit on round 10, you will automatically leave the match. If you're on Curse Survival and quit on round 10, you will not automatically leave the match. You will, in fact, end the match. So from here I wanted to conclude my zombies video. I don't have much else to talk about in terms of zombies, but there is a couple more things to discuss. So first, let's go over to my augments and see if there's what I'm researching next. Appears to be the final 3 researches, which is Tesla Storm, Energy Mine, and Frenzied Guard. So I think you know who Tesla Storm next. So it's not that I hate the zombies mode. Let's get that much straight. Today I literally played everything besides the starting room mode, which will be getting its own video, and the directed mode, which will also be getting its own video. These 2 portions will be getting their own videos. But basically, I'm gonna put it this way. These modes really need some work, Treyarch. Which is kind of a huge, frequent thing that they do. Is kind of release a mode to the public unfinished. or not correctly done. And it's really sad to see as in my mind, Treyarch has so much work to do. These modes are unfinished, and I'll discuss kind of the calling cards next. And then if you guys want to see the gobblegum shit, you guys can watch a video on that. But, because I do have that video somewhere else. But, like, there's a couple calling cards that are really stupid, like the Defeat Oscar one. But when it really comes down to it, it's the prestige cards. There is some that will drive you insane, and it's particularly these. 50 rounds at Relic Tier 2 difficulty. 50 rounds at Relic Tier 1 difficulty. 50 rounds at Relic Tier 3 difficulty. Now I could get all of those done in the span of 15 games, right? The thing is, hunting the relics down is annoying. Obviously, but you need to get the Samantha's teddy bear, the bus relic, both of these for various challenges, right? So you need both of these relics. These relics, would you believe, I think the Samantha's bear is around 40 and the bus is around 60. Keeping in mind that tier 3 difficulty will usually take you around 60 to get for most of those relics. Keeping in mind that these calling cards will be generally impossible for the general public. These calling cards aren't impossible, but are kind of ridiculous, some of them. But the thing with me is there's just so much that's gone down in their game. I don't think they can fix it. Now, forgive me for this hour and 40-minute long video, guys. I don't mean to throw this on you, but thank you all for watching. And if you guys want to know anything else about this game, just let me know. I'm gladly thinking about making videos all the time regarding this game. I do promise to have some Red Dead coming soon, and some Fallout New Vegas coming soon as well to the channel. 2 games that I will be gladly bringing you guys side by side. This time in Red Dead. This time in Fallout New Vegas, I'll be playing a woman character, and we're gonna actually be experiencing the franchise as a woman character, twice, which is gonna be Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. There is a chance I may go back and try Fallout 4 again, or Fallout 76 if it's requested. But I'll be playing 3 in New Vegas for the channel coming up, and we'll be pursuing achievements, completing quests, completing side quests, completing DLCs, and just having fun doing that. Obviously, but I just want to thank everybody for the constant fucking support on the channel. The 800 subscribers means the world to me. And, I'm very proud of my good friend Roxdale. It's also at 800 subs right now, so I'm very proud of that. We're both basically at the 800 point, and it's very cool to see that. Makes me very happy. But yeah, I've worked the past maybe 5 to 7 years on this channel, so it really means the world, guys. I've probably been consistently making videos since, I want to say, 2019 or like 2018, and I've been consistently making videos for the past 7 or 8 years on here. So, you know, I really like having fun doing these playthroughs with you guys. I know I haven't been doing as many since I like finished doing the Saints Row playthroughs and all that type stuff, of course. And what was the last real playthrough on my channel? I mean, before the Call of Duty stuff. I mean, so I'm gonna kind of go look at my channel. When's the last time I made something like there was real content outside of? Let me see. Okay, so I'm looking for like the last gameplay walkthrough I did. Okay, so this was 3 months ago, casting of Frank Stone, and before that, I think it was a long time since I made like an actual playthrough of any game. Let me see. Yeah, it's just been Call of Duty since then. Last playthrough I did was actually a Borderlands playthrough, but before that I started a Dragon Age Origins playthrough. Actually, was that Comet? Is that my best friend over there? Yep. I might go back to Dragon Age Origins at some point, y'all. Who knows? But Dragon Age Origins, the last thing I started before that was Dragon Age Origins. But yeah, guys, if you want to go check them out, I do have all the Easter eggs since before Shattered Veil on my channel, and all of the new Easter eggs for now what is Black Ops 7 on my channel. So if you guys want to go check those out, feel free. I have the Ashes Easter egg, I think it was like an hour and 40 minutes maybe. And then I have the Astra Easter egg, which I think was an hour and 20 minutes. The Astra one is not the full Easter egg. Maybe we'll do full Easter egg video. I know a lot of people felt ripped off because I didn't walk through the Easter egg from the very first step. But, you know, that's just because. So yeah, I just want to thank you guys for everything lately. We've been making tremendous progress on the channel, and I'm going to keep on making vids. I'm going to pump out the Fallout New Vegas content and pump out the and start pumping out Fallout 3. And also, guys, throughout that whole thing, I'm going to go pop out some I don't think it's actually suggested to take those off. I might have cut myself there earlier. Let's not mess with that. I stabbed myself with scissors earlier. The thing is, when I did it, I wasn't consciously looking either. So, let's just leave that alone for now. But, thank you guys for watching. It has been a fucking honor to make this video. And all these videos. So, thank you guys. Love you all. Peace out. Good night.